love, and light, everyone. It's T, and I am here for a special high tea with guests. And today I am here with my tribe ladies, and they are here also with their sons, as well as me here with, as you know, my son from a previous video. So I'm sipping in my nice little copper mug that I scored at Walmart. Sipping,
Okay. Dropping plugs.
Right. We get grapefruit juice. Grapefruit juice. And it is infused. And you know, a little libations because it is high tea talk. And
listen, I have to say this. I'm looking at y'all sons, and this is a serious throwback. These are male versions of us. Like your son look like you, my son look like me, and your son look like you. And I'm going like,
right.
Oh my God, we all got replicas of us. Like seriously, this is crazy.
Yes,
ma'am. So
y'all welcome. Them genetics is on point.
Okay. Because the thing is, people look at it like that must have been expensive. No, you can get you a copper mug. So
okay,
you know. And he's talking about why you gotta say where you got it from. Like, you know, I can't. All right, and so let's get started. The reason why we have our sons on is because, you know, they're melanated, and we know what, you know, Black, for lack of a better term, men and young males experience in this society, and so we wanted to ask them how they felt. Let them speak on it.
Yeah.
And also ask a few questions so we can kind of see what it is that we are where we're disconnected. They can tell us a couple of things they feel about us as well. So to get started, you know, let me find a good juicy one. You know, a little easy icebreaker though. Let's see. What music are you listening to today?
Who that goes for first?
Who? Don't all speak at once.
Don't be shy, y'all.
Yeah, well, now you go ahead and start. What you listening to in your Apple Music or whatever?
As far as new artists, I listen to like Dirty Old Baby.
I can't hear him.
You gotta speak up. Yeah, or move up.
I said as far as new artists, I listen to like Lil Durk, Lil Baby, A Boogie, TJ.
Oh no.
As far as those,
I know. I'm like, love it, Lil Baby or The Baby, because I just a lot of babies.
No, Lil Baby. I don't like
Lil Baby. Which one is that one? Which one is?
That's the one.
That's the cute one.
No.
That's the cute one.
Yeah, he was a kid. He's a cute little one. He looked like he's
That's the baby.
Oh, the one that looks like a pit bull. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
And so, what do you listen to anybody from like our era?
Yeah.
Nas.
Okay.
I listen to Nas. I listen to a lot of Cameron. I listen to a lot of Jay-Z.
Okay. Any R&B?
I'm not really.
You said no. You doing R&B? So you got to speak up. I can't be the parrot repeating. So okay. So let's go. What y'all listening to?
As far as like my playlist goes, I'm listening to Pop Smoke, Chef G, like just a lot of New York rap. So that's what I listen to. I mean, I dibble and dabble in like Atlanta music, stuff like that. But for the most part, I got on rotation Pop Smoke, Chef G, Sleepy Hallow.
You got the Brooklyn drill,
yeah, Brooklyn drill. Like that's all I listen to. I mean, I listen to old school rap. Like, but if I'm listening to old school rap, it's usually Wu-Tang, Biggie.
Okay.
But that's about it.
No, I'm a Wu-Tang fan, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, Biggie too. Let's go.
All right, let's see. Enlighten us, please. You know, because.
Okay, I listen to a lot of Uzi, X, Big L. I like to listen.
Oh wow, Big L, you go. Okay.
You know, Biggie. Everybody listen to Biggie.
Okay.
I'm surprised. They need to.
And Lil Darky. Now everybody know who he is.
That's a tough name right there.
Okay.
I listen to Lil Peep. That's
Right. Little Durky or Darky?
Darky.
Is it the white boy? Is he white? Is that the white boy?
Is he white? No, if he was white.
Girl, you listen. We be surprised nowadays. I'd be like, he white? Okay.
Well, Darky, he Indian.
Darky. Oh, I thought he said Dirk.
Oh.
I'd be confused.
His name is Darky.
Oh, okay. I get it now. How they right. How their names are. I get it. I definitely get it. So none of y'all listen to no jazz, no blues, no soul.
I listen to
R&B.
That's
Who Jack you listen to?
I listen to. See, I like you be playing music, and then I'll go in and I'll search up the lyrics, and I'll listen to it on my own time. But I don't know these people's names. I just listen to the music.
Right. Okay. Right. I guess I listened to enough of that for him. He's good.
Okay.
All right. And any of you ladies got questions y'all want to ask?
Yes. You know I do. We seen you in the building, so you know what I'm gonna ask.
Right.
How you fellas with the girls today? Because you know they a little something else now. They ain't like we were. How y'all coping with that? Don't be shy.
Right. Let's hear it. Let us know.
Okay, E, you can start them off.
I mean, luckily I have a very understanding mother, so she has been very accepting of my girlfriend.
Oh, so you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, that I've been with for 2 years.
Really? Wow. That's committed.
Yeah. Since we was 16, we've been talking since we was 15.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
she cool.
Yeah, like that's how, as far as I go when it comes to girls. I'm not really talking to other girls. I have one, and that's what I stay to. Yeah.
That's peace. That's peace. Right. You know, he's loyal. Yeah, so that's a little. Yeah. Right. So Nye, because I think Nye's the oldest. He's already 18, graduated, and went off in college. So right. How is it with the lady?
What he said?
He ain't said nothing.
Now he leaning back. He's so far from the mic. He like,
I don't
really know. I don't think I ever had like a girl that I brought in front of moms like that. I showed her a couple females the other day on the phone, and she wasn't really.
She wasn't vibing with it.
She wasn't really doing them, so I didn't really. Sometimes some females I don't really show them off because I don't really feel like hearing them off about it like that. So.
Smart man.
I know she ain't gonna say nothing positive. I'm just not gonna say.
Okay.
He want to say something. Look, he itching.
He like.
You never even spoke on how you feel about my girlfriend.
Say? Are you on camera?
I mean, that's true.
No. I'm playing. No, Tay, she's sweet. She's sweet. She young. You know what I mean? These girls ain't built like us. Not to say, don't even look at me like that.
Right.
She's sweet. It's been 2 years. She's a part of the family.
Right.
But
lady.
yeah. But the test of time is college and careers and growing up. Like puppy love is adorable. I tell them that all the time. I love it. But realistically,
right. So how about you, Messiah?
Me, I ain't been with nobody romantically since like 2019.
Who was that?
Let's say, like,
I don't count, but I get you.
Right.
I get you. Because it wasn't like full-fledged.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, well, he currently your son's in a relationship, and so you two are married. What type of oh wait, I was gonna let you go ahead and ask a question. Go ahead.
Now he was like, I've been here. Like I got him on house arrest. So I ain't got you on house arrest. Like, you see what's going on. This is great. This is what this whole conversation is about.
Right.
And that's what I was gonna actually, one of my questions is, do you all feel smothered by your moms?
Ooh, yes.
That's a good one.
You could go first since we already here. You know?
Okay.
Man, I was just joking.
No, it's cool. It's a reality feeling though. I mean, that's the question. Do y'all feel smothered by your moms?
A little. A little.
Okay. Expound. In what ways? Yeah. In what ways do you feel smothered?
This is an open forum. Don't worry.
I ain't gonna take
We ain't gonna beat y'all off camera. We promise.
Give me your phone. Give me your controllers. No.
Okay. The only way I feel smothered is like I want to go do something. Like I want to get out the house, and then you're like, I don't know how I feel about that vibrationally, or you ain't getting nobody else's car, and it's like I'm 17. I'm about to be 18 in a couple months. After I graduate, I'm gonna need a job. I'm gonna be working. I'm gonna need to live my life.
Right.
And I gotta ask
That's
my
how
mom.
you feel when you turn 18. You're gonna be able to do that.
That's peace. That's real.
Okay.
Do I get to defend myself in this court of law?
I mean, no, I understand. You want me to be safe, and you really
Right.
fun.
Well, right, because I feel like we'll let them speak their piece, and then we'll elaborate. Right, we'll elaborate afterwards. How about you, Elijah? You feel smothered by your mom?
To be honest, not at all. And that's not even like just because she's my mother. Nah, it's like I genuinely feel like she gives me my space. You know what I mean? She lets me operate. You know what I mean? How I'm gonna operate. I mean, as long as I'm safe. You know what I mean? She lets me do me. She lets me just, I don't know. COVID messed a lot of things up, but
right.
I mean, before then, I was fine. She made sure I was safe. I was doing me. But she always made sure that I was safe. So.
What about you, Nye? You feel smothered?
Yeah. No, not no more like that. But before I turned 18, yeah, because there's mad rules. Like when I wanted to go out, play ball with my friends for a while, I had to be back at like 7:30. So there was times where, I was the only one who kind of had a curfew, and they was all like, yo, why you gotta be back by 7? I had a friend who I used to go to these parks with, and we used to have to be running back from the courts all the way back to my house to be I couldn't be late like that. So
like he was on time. I couldn't be late, but I wasn't on time.
I wasn't late every time,
but most of the time.
Yeah, there was a lot of rules until I turned 18. Now it's like
now it's
really
not
feel
as many
smothered.
rules.
Yeah,
huh?
I don't really feel smothered or nothing like that no more. But yeah, when I was in high school, yeah.
Okay,
What's your signs, by the way?
Huh?
What's their signs?
What's your sign?
Gemini.
What is he?
Gemini.
Oh, okay.
I'm an Aries.
Oh, wow, okay. Got Leo with me.
Right.
Got some strong signs in the building.
Right. And so does any mom want to do you have anything to say to the feeling of being smothered? You agree, you disagree?
I mean, since it was my question and he's the one who feels the most smothered-ish, kind of, whatever. Well, I mean, he already has a good understanding about where I come from. And for me, I feel like I'm open, I'm open for him going places, like he wants to go to a friend's house. But for me, it's like, I need to know the people, the parent. Like, I'm not just going to release you into the care in the home of somebody else, because now they're responsible for you. And if I don't know them, I don't know who to call on or who to point a finger to say, these are the individuals or the parties or party responsible for my son's care.
That's right.
So when you hear, you know, I'm responsible, and when you leave, it's like you're not your own, you're your own person, absolutely, you know what I'm saying? But when you in someone else's spot, it's like, oh, I need to make sure, like, what you vibing like, what's your conversation like, what's your the company you keep, like, is your door open and people just in and out?
Right.
I need to make sure like everything is 100 before I just say, oh yeah, go ahead.
Right.
Because once I have that relationship built with the parent, I'm good.
Right.
But I feel like I make sure that I say that too.
Right.
Now sometimes, like, I haven't met the most recent friend that you want to go by their house tomorrow. I haven't met the parent yet, but I've let him go over there before. But now I'm just like, you just know, like, we just have that gut feeling, that inclination, intuition, and I'm just like, it's a no for me right now. I'm just not feeling it. And it's not so much the pandemic at all, but I'm just like, yeah.
Right. I mean, I agree. That was my mindset as well, because you're, like you said, you're not 18 yet. And so at 18, the society deems you responsible for yourself. But if something happens to you outside of our care, even if you feel like, no, nothing's going to happen to me, at the same time, if we don't know the people, you know, and we all come from an area where, you know, my parents knew her parents. So if we were hanging out, they were aware, you know what I mean? They had some idea of the people that she came from. And so they felt comfortable and safe. And for me, my main thing for him was, number one, I'm not from here. I'm not from Connecticut. So we live in Connecticut. So I'm not from here. I don't have any family members here. So, you know, there's no cousins you're out there with. There's no uncle, there's no aunt, there's no nobody that can, you know, that's looking out or you're hanging with. These are people that we completely have no ties to and have no ties to you. So, and I don't know this area. I don't know these streets like I know New York, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's why, you know, I was hesitant with him being so far and going, you know, being out so long. And then the curfew was really, you could have extended the time when you show that you can show up on time, you can be responsible. Then it's like, okay, the trust is built. You get what I'm saying? So then, all right, well, he's good. Yeah, I you know, he's responsible. I know he's gonna be here on time. If he's not, he's gonna call. I don't have to call him and find out what's going on. So that's what that was, you know, just building that rapport and that responsibility is what would have helped and allowed him. And then introducing your friends. You have to introduce your friends. I was proud to introduce my friends. Like, I knew that they wasn't going to be troublemakers. They wasn't doing something that my parents wouldn't agree with. It's like, why do y'all not introduce the friends so we can, you know, we have to vet the people. That's it. We got to vet them. You know.
Absolutely. And I make sure, like, they know, all the children, you know, your friend can come over here if they want to. Tell the parent, like, they're more than welcome to come. See where we stay, see, you know, let them know who's in and out. I mean, granted, it's nobody's business. You don't gotta tell nobody all your business, but because I respect that flow, I definitely want to give it to the person that's, before they even inquire, like, I'm already ready to let them know, like, this is a safe space where your kid is gonna be at.
Right.
You know, and that's it.
Right. Well, he said he don't feel smothered. He good. So, and then he in New York, and once it's just a different mindset. So you know he's moving. He knows how to move. When you're in New York, you're getting on a train, you're doing all this stuff to go to school. Out here, the school bus picks you up and drops you off.
Yeah.
You know, so you're not learning certain things that puts me in a space where I'm like, oh, he's good. You know, out there.
Yeah.
And it just took time, you know, and then we still are concerned, regardless to what, about child safety, period, you know, as Black men. That's just, that's the real deal. So I'm going to come on through let's find something a little light and funny. You know, well, since this is high tea, what do you guys think about cannabis?
Oh, yes.
Hear it.
Barry, no, so I'm just tickled.
What do you think about cannabis and having a cannamom? You don't know? You don't even think about it. That's yeah.
Right, it's natural in the house, like we good.
Right. You don't even think about it. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Right, but do you think they should legalize it recreationally for 21 and over?
Yeah,
Okay, so you're pro legalization.
What you think?
I mean,
Yeah, don't you?
my opinion on it is, I like the way it smells. I mean, it's not doing no harm, so I feel like, you know what I mean, more power to it.
Right. Elijah. I mean Messiah. Sorry.
I mean, I can't speak much on it. I don't smoke.
Right.
I mean, you like how it smells. Weed smells good. And cannabis, it's the same thing.
I know.
But it smells nice. It doesn't really harm you like any other drug. You smoke weed, you ain't over here acting like a crack addict. So,
Right.
So you can legalize it. I don't see anything wrong with legalizing it.
Right. Okay.
No, that's the interesting part about us and them though. Like we were the crack era babies.
Yeah. That
Think about it.
1980s. The 80s is when it hit hard. I mean, I was born in
Did it? Yeah, our perspective is really interesting, but it's nice to see they're just like, okay.
Right. Well, I'm realizing, as they get younger, they are just like, okay, with a lot of things. It's just like, if it ain't affecting me anyway, like I don't see the issue, and so I get it. I have another good one. I just want to, is slavery abolished?
I mean, I ain't getting whipped. I ain't picking up cotton. I ain't been talking to a lot of white people. Right. So, I mean, I'd say so, yeah.
Okay.
If we're being technical, I don't think so, because you still have people working for, dimes in jail, situations like that. But if we're being realistic, nah. I mean, yes, it has been.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Nye? Is slavery abolished?
Yeah, the slavery was outside picking cotton and all that isn't going on as far as I know. But like you said, as far as in jail, like it kind of is modern day slavery in jail. They working for almost pretty much nothing. So
Right. Right. You got to speak up. She said she couldn't hear you. He was saying that as far as how it used to look, like Messiah said, no, that's not happening. But in jail, yeah, he said that is slavery. And so if you guys don't know, which I definitely hope that you get very familiar with the Constitution here and the amendments. And if you've never seen on Netflix 13, I suggest you watch it, because that's definitely letting you know that, yeah, they did abolish it except for punishment of a crime. Now, once you commit a crime, slavery is enacted, and now you become chattel slavery, basically, property. That's why they call it state property. You get what I'm saying? So, just to be aware of that. And this is why the concern is to keep you out of there. You know what I mean? For us, because that is slavery by another name. Or you got another book called The New Jim Crow.
Yes. He knows that book.
Right. So you definitely tap into those, because you guys are young men. You know what I'm saying? And you want to know what type of system you're operating in at all times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and how they utilize certain methods. They might have gotten rid of it in certain areas, but it's still present today, just in another design, by another design. And so that was my one of my heavy questions. So next, who's next with the questions? Come on through. And then we'll give you you ladies, you young men, a chance to ask us some things. Okay.
Yes. Oh, well, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I don't know if my son gonna be comfortable with me saying it. We've talked about it though, even in us amongst us ladies, where y'all tend to be the outstanding Black kid. Like even amongst your friends, in different groups. And I know you guys are, your son T is in the tri-state along with us, and y'all are down south. So, I mean, I don't know if y'all have experienced that. So that, I guess, would be my question. Have you experienced being that singular one or feeling outstanding because of your Blackness? Good or bad?
Right.
I don't know.
Do you understand the question?
Not really.
Because I didn't. I was like, outstanding Black kid.
Well, meaning like, all right, well, y'all are in the South, right? Y'all in North Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I don't even know the community that you're in, but like my son, we're in New York, we're in Brooklyn. So where we were living in Queens, he was the Black kid in the school. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So,
Right,
all his school, he's been the Black kid. You know what I mean? The one that, I guess throws the flavor in the group, or the expectation is, do you play a sport? You know what I mean? Like things like that, even though he does, but it's like dealing with the stereotypes as a young Black man.
Right.
So we're talking about a Black kid among white kids, or a Black kid among other Black kids, but he got the flavor.
No. I mean, just yeah. Like with my son, he's been to schools predominantly either white or Hispanics.
Okay.
Even in a Black school. No, what Black school you went to? I'm gonna have to think about that one. Like, which school?
Which one? You ain't been in Black school in New York.
No, we was at in Queens. It was all Dominicans. Dominicans don't consider this.
Right.
So yeah, well, he's though.
Well, Isaiah has had that experience. Really, but not in high school, right? It was some but up until high school, I believe, because he went to it was a international communication magnet school. And so, it looked like it. I barely saw any, Black kids. Like they were all, Latin. So I mean, from all areas, and it wound up being one of those ESL schools where it was really to help them learn how to speak English. But they're gonna teach everybody Spanish and English, that type of thing. So, I mean, I think it affected you because you wanted to cut your locks. Like, how that was.
Yeah. Oh, you got your lock.
Okay. But you said they was bothering you and teasing you about it.
I was in 4th grade.
Right. So yeah, that was like the push to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I wish he would grow some locks. That'd be nice.
He said, nah. I mean, so. Messiah, in school, it's for you have a mix of,
like my school got everybody.
Right.
Anybody you got. I mean, we don't got no Asian people, but we got
no
races, and you don't really get singled out there because people don't really at my school they don't really look at you for your color, like what you can do. It's kind of like, if I'm your friend, I'm your friend. If I'm not, I don't really care.
Right. Okay. Got you.
And he goes to school for the arts.
Right.
That should stay at those days.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Right. I mean, I've been the outstanding Black one. in the whole grade as far as a girl. Okay. And so it was about six classes. So I was the only black girl and there's one black boy. So I know that experience. Yeah, I definitely get it. But yeah, for this generation, I think it's just a little different. And even in those situations, they've learned how to move in a room full of vultures. So, you know, they've learned that art. So anyone? Oh, you have a question, D?
Did you say D? No.
Yeah.
I didn't have a question.
Oh, okay. All right. So, an easy one. Do you like your voice?
Yeah.
He said that quick. Yes.
What do you mean by that?
The sound of your voice.
Like, just like we're being like.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, you ain't high pitchy no more.
You know how it's grown, you changed, you know, you went through that puberty and your voice is not all, you know, baby, got the baritone in it. Now you can be like Ma, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I wasn't cracking stuff, but yeah, I think I like my voice.
Oh, you still a little crazy, still a little pitchy.
Sometimes, yeah.
What about you, Nye?
Yeah.
You gotta put the deep in it. Yeah.
All right.
What look are you going for when you get dressed? Like, what's your style?
Oh, yes. Oh, you gotta hear this.
Let me know about drip and all this. Who's right? Who's getting drippy or fly, like we would say it.
Okay.
Was he just speaking?
No, I was saying you guys can indulge first.
He said you're right. All right, so go in, Nye, since you're the oldest.
All right, so I like a lot of like Nike Tech, switch it up with different colors.
Come closer to the mic.
Right, you gotta speak in the mic.
I like to wear a lot of tech, like Nike Tech. I like a lot of polo. Got a lot of polo sweatsuits, a lot of Nike Tech sweatsuits. Shoes, I got an abundance of shoes. Like I got like probably about 23 to 25 pair of sneakers right now, not counting the basketball sneakers. As far as like brands, I mean, I'm about to start trying to save up to get some Mary jeans. I'm about to try and like pull those out. Probably pull those out with like.
He's laughing. I don't know who the hell you talking about.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, who?
Thinking that I was gonna look.
That's designer.
Yeah, I'm scared me talking about this stuff because.
All right. Who's next? What are you know? Any unique eclectics?
Okay.
You're unique. She said unique eclectics.
I'm not unique. I
feel like you dress however your vibe feels.
I just put clothes on. Like I have a shirt, I got pants, I put it on, I go outside.
Right. You very right. That he doesn't make that a major decision. You know, he got big decisions to make, and that's not gonna be one of them. You know, you get a few big decisions a day. Like, nah, you're not wasting it on outfit.
His major decision is what he gonna eat.
Right.
That's number one.
Right. So what about you, Elijah? You all in Brooklyn. I mean, I could only imagine the level.
How I pick an outfit is basically I always try and go for bland colors. Not like it's not that I don't like the colors. I love the colors. That's what I would wear either way. But it's not that I can't wear like you can't wear certain colors like blue, red. I'm not walking outside with like lime green on. Like I'm not wearing yellow. I rock black, white, gray, dark gray. You know what I mean? I wear white tee every day.
That's my training though.
I just started getting into accessories I just got a nice little chain. Yeah. I wear a hat. Mostly wear do-rags. You know what I mean? I just started growing my hair back out, so I can't wear them no more. But for the most part, I wear joggers, sweatpants. I wear a lot of Nike. You know what I mean? That's how I can dress in Brooklyn, and that's what I like to dress like. So
Right. That's peace.
can't do certain things.
Yeah, just so that we know. Yeah, well, I had to train them that way only because, like you said, we live on a Crip block. The block next to us, well, on the other end is a blood block, and
I mean, it's not
neighborhoods, blocks.
okay, yeah. Not even neighborhoods. It's not West Brighton versus New Brighton. Now it's block versus block in East New York.
Right. So it's real.
I mean, it's nothing like. I don't go outside fearing or nothing like that. It's nothing like that. It's just if you have to be prepared for what comes with throwing on certain colors and what people are gonna assume about you. And if you have that assumption about you, you never know what's gonna come up on you. So
right.
You have to be prepared for it.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree.
That's facts right there.
Okay. Mills, you got a question?
Well, you know what it is? I'm looking at everybody's I guess I know this is our first video together, and I'm enjoying it. I am, because you know what? It's interesting because it's giving me nostalgia. Your son, Nas, right?
Isaiah.
Your mom was just like that at your age. Maybe, well, I know her a little younger. I didn't know her during your age, but very like stern-faced. And then your son, D, always smiling like I always remember you.
Right.
So it's interesting for me to see. I'm like, oh my God, it's and I always say, like, how do y'all really feel? Seeing so much death and carnage, and all because of who you guys are. Not to say that you had to deal with it, but how do you get through it, if at all? I mean,
that was gonna be a question, like, how do you feel about being Black?
Yeah, exactly.
Proud, and you're Black, like, dang,
Yeah.
Well, I get it, because when I was young, I was just like, why? I had to be Black. I had that thought,
Yeah.
Especially with a lot going on, but and it wasn't even seeing what y'all able to see now, because all that way we didn't have social media, so we didn't see all that type of stuff, But now that y'all deal with it, like you said, like Elijah said, he don't walk out in fear, and that's how y'all gotta be. So I'm wondering, how do y'all accomplish that?
Yeah.
How do I accomplish walking outside with no fear?
Right, with all that how's your experience as a young Black male? Let's just go there.
Overall, like, just my overall life, it's been difficult, but I mean, it's what comes with being Black in New York. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's nothing. It definitely prepares you for just about every situation you could think of when it comes to being around certain groups, how you have to act, and how you want to be perceived. Like, I know that when I walk into school and I'm talking to just a teacher and only that teacher, there's nobody else around, I'm going to carry myself differently than when I'm speaking to a group of my friends, or just if someone approaches me randomly on the block and I don't know them, I know how to operate. It prepares you for just about everything. So I mean, that's my experience.
Right. Okay.
How about you two?
Right. How y'all feel about being young Black males?
Being a young Black male, I mean, I never thought about being anything else or wanting to be anything else, because personally, I love myself. Like, I wouldn't want to be anybody else. I like who I am. And I mean, I've grown a lot from being a kid. Extremely immature, definitely, yeah.
Right.
And I've grown a lot. I've seen my own self-growth. And I know that there's room for improvement always, and I will grow more, and I'm excited to see it personally. Yeah.
That's good to
Yeah,
hear.
and I feel like that was great.
Yeah.
I feel like what Millie's talking about is based upon what we're seeing or what they're showing us. So she used the term like carnage and things of that nature as a melanated man. You know what I'm saying? And seeing what society will put in our face to program fear into the melanated man. How do you feel about what you see or what's being shown? Right?
Yeah.
You know, at first you're pissed because like you see it and you're like, oh, that's messed up. That could be me. That could be anybody I know. That could be like one of my friends. That could be my dad, my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess it dies down. Like as time goes on, it kind of just goes away.
Right.
You know? And it's like, I guess it's like sometimes you move and you're like, you know, that would never happen to me. It would never happen to me. It could happen, but it would never happen to me. And sometimes I just forget, you know, like I don't think about it.
Right.
I'll go outside, I'll go for walks sometimes. I don't think about it. There's a bunch of Black Lives Matter signs all over these people's yards out here. Ain't nobody gonna touch me. Like I don't think about it.
Right. I feel you. So Nye, what about you?
For the most part, I feel like, you know, school is good. I mean, I'm not mad that I'm Black or nothing like that. But as far as the stuff that goes on, it's like, I mean, you gotta just take time to really get, you know, used to what's going on. I'm kind of used to it at this point. You gotta be smart a lot in certain situations. And then, you know, when you see stuff happen to certain people, you kind of always think, oh, that's not gonna happen to me until it's either happens to you or somebody close to you or somebody you knew, stuff like that. So, you know, I have friends who, you know, where they got in trouble. I have friends that passed away. So it's like, once you see somebody, you know that ain't here no more, it's like, I mean, it is what it is. You just gotta try and be smart and try to stay out the situation that they was in. Just try to, you know, be smarter than they was at the end of the day. So,
Right.
Well, I got a question for the mamas though. Go ahead.
I just wanted to elaborate real quick on what he said. I'd love being Black, but I do wish that it was pushed a lot more, that you don't have to become a rapper or an athlete just to make it out. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of pushing that you can do something else. It's a lot more common that you find people doing that, but it's not pushed as much as rappers and athletes. Like you got everybody wanting to become a basketball player or a football player. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of people wanting to become doctors, stuff like that.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree. You know, I think that because you guys have been, you know, well, you say not smothered, right? But you guys have been, you know, my son made a statement when he went up to school and, you know, had an experience, and he was saying, you know, sheltered in some way. And really just, we just want to protect you. You know, we want you to avoid things like that happening, because everybody says it can't happen, you know, and it shouldn't be. That's the reality, that's something, it's wrong that it's happening. I mean, it's wrong. That's why you should feel like it can't happen to you, because it's wrong. It should not be happening, period. And it's not normal. And that's the thing that I wanted to say, that, you know, right, you're never going to get used to it, because that's not a normal way to live, to have to be in fear of being attacked or being targeted. You know, so that's not, you know, we just kind of want to know, like, how do you feel about it and how do you navigate, and you kind of let us know. As you just kind of learn, you know, to watch your environment and how to interact in groups and stuff like that. And like Messiah said, you know, that's not on the forefront of my mind. Like, I'm not going to be stressed. I can't live my life stressed out about, what I saw. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate circumstance, you know,
Yeah.
an occurrence, and you know that all we want is you guys to have the tools
Yeah.
to navigate. But it's not really just left on us. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
your moms are. I that was going to be a question for y'all. You know, growing up with a single mom, and for Isaiah, he didn't. You know,
Yeah.
but just that. You know, how did you learn to navigate if you don't have a male right there to kind of let you know, oh, be aware, you know, this is the experience, this is what, how did you kind of, you know, I know a lot of us, we learn from friends and stuff like that too. Like we just, you know, and really just experience, like, I'm gonna just have to go through it, you know. But in reality, you know, like how do you figure out what manhood is from this point? You know, and then, you know, Nia elaborate on his when he returns.
I mean, for me, my mom did the best she could, and she still does the best she can to show me what that is. But at the end of the day, there's certain things that she can't. And so I feel like by the age of like 13, 14, I was just trying to venture off and do things on my own. And it's nothing like dangerous or crazy. I mean, I did some stupid stuff, but nothing that's like gonna put me in jail or anything like that. Nothing that would put my life in danger.
Right.
But as far as like fighting stuff like that, I had to learn by being an idiot. You know what I mean? You just had to. I touched the hot stove.
Right.
So it's not like she could just sit there and tell me how to fight or sit there and tell me how to walk around certain people. And so I had to learn it on my own, walking around with my friends, you know what I mean? Just being an idiot.
Right,
so 13, 14 years old, that's what I was doing.
Right.
And luckily, I mean, I've matured a lot more. I've become a lot more, I would say, level-headed when it comes to certain things. I'd like to say that I've calmed down when it comes to a lot of aspects of my life. Like I'm not angry as angry.
Right.
I'm a lot more accepting of certain things too. So yeah, that's how I feel.
Okay. And you know, so for you, but you feel like there's still the importance of a dad, like, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean?
To be honest, sometimes I forget I have a dad. Like it's so like.
Wow.
She could tell you he left at a young age, so it was like, yeah. So a lot of the time, at 3 years old, I don't have any memories from then. Like, so a lot of it is just.
Right. Because that was gonna be a question, like, what's one of your memories? So she's like, look.
Yeah, at 3 years old, I mean, I have a memory of him like handing me just this like raggedy toy, but that was about it. And I was like 3 years old, so like, you know what I mean?
We need to go get this brother some memories, yo.
Right.
But growing up without a dad, my mom was my dad. So like,
right.
I just think as my mom. I a lot of times I forget about having a dad until one of my friends brings up something about their dad, and even then, it's not like I get offended by it or anything. I just be like, okay, like okay,
right, because this has become the reality for really our culture. You know, our people. This is not something odd. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an unfortunate situation, and this is why we wanted to speak to you guys, because we want you to change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Change the narrative. You guys can definitely do that, and you have the capability. But go ahead, Messiah. You can expound on your experience if you want.
He said.
I mean, like he said, sometimes I forget I have a dad. I had a stepdad a lot of my life.
Right.
But he didn't teach me much of anything.
Right.
We didn't have a bond or a relationship. He was kind of just there. I'm not saying he didn't do a lot for me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know? So I guess it all became common sense. I grew up. There was a lot of females in the house. I hear with Essence or my big sister,
Right.
and like they talk about what they want in a guy, and like you pick things up, you hear stuff, and
Right.
try stuff out. You feel me?
Right. Right.
You grow up, it becomes common sense.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so, Nye, what about you? What's it? What's been your experience like? How does that how does your experience with not having your dad in the home? You did, have Anthony, but not having your dad in the home. What was that experience like, as far as learning how to navigate becoming a male, adult male?
As far as not having my actual dad, no. I mean, when I was a kid, it kind of, got annoying at times, stuff like that. But once I got older, I just kind of realized, like, we got a dad at home. I got Anthony been here since I was 2 years old. So, he's done everything that dad does. So don't even feel like I got a stepdad. I just feel like I got two of them at this point. I got one
that's a blessing.
I got one that's here almost every day. So it's like.
Right. And you've been and that's been, really having that much support has been beneficial. And so for you guys, I definitely feel like, you find friends, like you said, you learn some things for your friends, but even if your friends have dads, older brothers, your uncles, you look to, but sometimes even with stepdads and things like that, they lack and even fathers, they've lacked that experience. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have a dad. You know what I mean? So now that's a part of something that they didn't learn and didn't know how to do or teach. But you young men can change that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, listen, but you guys have plenty of time. Way down the line for that.
Well, I would say this: it's a blessing. Ain't none of y'all daddies yet. Yes.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna say yet. Just
right.
No, that's what I'm saying. They said, listen, my brother was a father at 16.
Right.
My son beat him out. I was like, yes.
Right.
Don't make me no grandma now.
This be reality in our culture. Where it's like, well, okay, because my mom had me at 16. 17.
Yeah.
So you're like,
I had my oldest.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm saying you want to, this is the reality, so you make sure you're protecting yourself if you're active, period. Like,
have y'all had that talk? Well, how do y'all feel if you did have the sex talk or the safety talk with your mom?
Friend, you mean?
Or dad?
Oh, I was about to say, with their girlfriends, like, girl, I'm gonna use this protection.
No.
Like, no, I don't want to hear you on the pill.
That's nice.
Having the talk, like you said, about safety, anatomy,
right.
how young girls are,
right. I don't know, for us, I don't know, what did I tell you? Did I say anything or?
No, not really. I don't even know, honestly. It's kind of like a mix. I got like.
I can't hear.
You gotta speak up. She can't hear you.
I don't know. All three of them kind of just told me at different times. So it was like I heard 3 people tell me the same thing. Really, more than 3 people tell me the same thing. So I don't know, that's what I have to do. If everybody in mother's telling me to do it, then that's what I gotta do. That's kind of how I just do it.
Know what to do. Oh gosh. Well, so all 3 of us sat you down at some point and was like, well, this is how you do it. No. Right. Because it's something that we all, as mothers, we don't even want to have to hear. Okay. But it's like, we know the reality is, how did you get here? The reproduction is gonna happen. You're gonna do the act. They're gonna do what they said, the deed.
Yeah.
The point is, you have to protect yourself at all costs. That's it. And
Yeah.
the best way is to stay abstinent. We know that.
Yeah.
Okay? But if you're going to, you know, if you're going to, you have to protect yourself. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's, you know, it's protecting your spirit as well, protecting your energy as well. So you should vet her, you know, just like females want to, you want to, you know, we want them to be sacred in the decision making with who they decide to be with. So should you, because it's a transference of energy, you know, and, you know, listen, and then especially being young Black males, if you're going to be dealing with anybody of the opposite culture, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how they could get, things could get crazy real quick. So, you know, being alone, I was on it. Like the girl says, if she looked like she, you know, feeling a sort of way, so that's it. Change your mind. That's it. Even if she be like, no, it's okay. No, you already said that. So I'm out, you know. You know, that's it. You know, we just want y'all to be safe in all areas. That talk, you know, right, it should be coming from a male, but we can only tell you from a female's perspective. You know, and they can be treacherous, so you you know, be careful out there. You know, but that was really my talk.
Be careful out there. Now, I do have a question.
Right.
How do you, as you know, melanated young men, how do you feel with, because all three of you have sisters, how do you feel about your sisters growing up in today's society? Like, what do you feel your role is?
That was a good one.
Yeah, as their brother. Because you got a lot of sisters. It's got plenty. Not all for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody know their role. But it's
for those where I'm the big brother. You feel me? So I'll check up on you. If you good, you need help, I'll help you. Whatever. I mean, for my sisters up in New York, I don't talk to them a lot. I don't get to converse with them or spend time with them because they in New York, I'm in North Carolina, and you know, it's unfortunate, but that it just is what it is.
Right.
So the sisters that I can be there for, I'm there with them. Me and Alana, the 5-year-old, we just started watching Naruto. I mean, I've already watched Naruto, but I'm watching it with her and putting her on.
Right.
You feel me? Like, yeah.
Right. Okay.
So now, but how do you feel, I guess, as the big brother, whether you know them or not know them, whether you're close, you know, in proximity or not, like, do you feel a weight or an expectation upon you as the melanated brother with your sisters in today's society?
Not really.
Right.
No.
Okay.
I kind of do. I just do what I do. Yeah.
Oh, for me,
he's the baby, y'all.
Yeah, I'm the baby. So I got two big sisters.
It's hard.
One of my sisters is 22, and 21 going on 22, and the other is 20. I'm 17. So I mean, as a little brother, they always tried to protect me, but when it comes to like just about anything, like I'm ready to fight for my sisters, hands down. Like there's not a moment in my head. Every time I walk outside with them, who's catching their hands? Like nobody better look at my sisters any type of way, say anything to them any type of way. Like those are, and I'm the youngest, so I mean, they kind of look at me like, if you don't sit down, but it's like that's just how it is. You know what I mean? So
he's also the biggest.
Yeah. So that comes with a lot of it too. So I mean, it's Brooklyn. People gonna try and test you. You know what I mean? So I'm always thinking about protecting them.
Like, listen, right? I get it. I know they appreciate it, even though they say sit down. They like, yeah.
They just be trying to keep me out of the trouble.
You know. What about you, Nye? Sheesh.
I mean, I'm just, as far as with Nakara, yeah, I feel like we've been pretty close. I mean, I was 4 when she was born, so I've known her for a minute now. So we always was close to play games together. We was always into the same type of stuff. I mean, once I got a little older, I started playing sports. She didn't really, get into that, but we still play the game together sometimes. Watch the same stuff. I feel like me and Kyra is pretty close, a whole lot closer than me and my brother.
No, Nezra, yeah, but do you feel any, any obligation, as far as protecting her, making sure that she's okay, that type of thing?
Yeah, I mean, that's just
that was the question.
That just comes with the other role. If you got a younger sibling, you're not doing that, then
right.
That's just
well, you have an older sister as well.
Well, yeah, I mean,
she's a grown woman. she's in her 30s, so.
Oh wow.
Right.
Wow.
So, but yeah, that was a good question. I loved it. So we're not gonna be too much longer. I got another question. Two more. And so what is it? Yeah, it looks like we might have to do a part 2. But what's the hardest thing you've ever done so far?
Do we all lean back like?
Okay.
And it wasn't even for me.
No, man, chill.
Yeah.
Hang
Write a song. Yeah.
Writing a song.
Okay.
It is hard. I feel you. I was a songwriter as a teenager, so definitely I was very critical on my stuff.
Okay.
What about you, Elijah? What was the hardest thing you've ever done so far?
I mean, I'm not trying to sound like too deep when it comes to it, but like not letting my anger drive me.
That's great.
Just
my signs.
Yeah, like again, I don't want to sound too deep, but it's just like for a lot of time, anger is what just I woke up every day and was just angry. So when I don't know how to say it, like it's just now I'm a lot more peaceful. I think like I still get angry, but
right.
I try to focus on what's ahead and not let my anger get in the way of that, because I know where I can ultimately end up because of it.
Right. All right, Nye. You see him in the game.
The hardest thing I probably did personally was probably say leaving. Leaving. I mean, the leaving part was, I was kind of tough at first because, been with moms all my life and stuff like that. But then, just making the right decisions at times while I was over there alone. I saw some, stuff. So, you just gotta make the best decision, honestly. I mean, it is. But, yeah, leaving was probably the hardest thing I had to do so far. And then being smart.
And that's what I heard too, like him going away for school.
Right, away to college. That he said that was so far that was the hardest. And then you shouldn't have been hard to make them decisions when you see what was going on and you wasn't into it. I guess it was just like you ain't want to. But being the odd one out, like man, you want to leave, like just don't do it. No, I get it. And my last question is, anybody got any plans on, getting a tattoo? Soon as they, how they can't wait, like, I'm getting a tattoo. Like, that's like the solidify I'm 18 thing.
Well, he was supposed to get one this year.
Yeah, I was supposed to get one when I turned.
I was going to take him to go because I don't know if y'all can see it.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
It says, I know it's upside down for y'all, but it's Mecca. Mecca is Milagros, Elijah, Catherine, and Aliyah. It's our names combined.
And I was
he was going to get it on his forearm.
But,
okay.
His bicep. Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna get it, and I love anime and I love everything. You know what I mean? I just love the Japanese culture, so I thought it would be dope if I got it in the
letters of love.
Yeah,
like
the character for love.
Yeah, it was spelled Mecca, but it would be in a symbol of love in Japanese.
Oh wow. Right.
Yeah.
So once I turn 18, that's what I'm doing.
He said that's what I'm doing.
Okay. So I figured I got mine at 15. I got 3 of them in a Project Hallway in Park Hill.
Oh.
So before my son tried to go and do something crazy like my ass did,
I mean,
I was like,
you was gully.
girl, you know what? Listen, okay, look, it's Pookie. Don't ask him, girl. Okay, I was 15. All right, and stupid. All right.
What about you, Messiah? You getting any ink?
I mean, I want ink. Not that I know of. Yeah, it's not like a necessity.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I want in the future. You know, it's not like, oh, I can't wait. I'm getting this when I turn 18 immediately. You know? It's like, you know, I decide what I want when I want it, and then, you know, if it happens, it happens. When it happens, it happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What about you, Nye?
I was thinking about getting S, like established. Thinking about getting SO2 like across my chest. I wanted that bad.
What?
You know how I like established. I was born into. I was thinking about getting SO2 across my chest.
Oh gosh.
Or something that has to do with basketball, like a sleeve or something like that. You know, I always want to. I was talking about that earlier.
I actually want to get a sleeve myself. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like that joint right there. You across the back. This is not about the melanated mamas. Go ahead.
Right. Well, I appreciate you young men coming on, joining us while we chat and things. Letting us pick your brain a little bit. We'd love to go in deep. So if y'all open to another episode sometime, you know, we'll let some time pass, maybe when y'all turn 18, and we'll see.
Okay.
We'll visit. we'll visit and see where you guys are at. Much success in your endeavors. I'll be sharing something with your mom that I, you know, hope that you read. And as a matter of fact, I'll hold you to it. Then next time we meet, you guys have read it and let me know what you think. In this guy, you know, I have to read it to him the way he acts. And so, you guys, if y'all on IG and stuff, you know, hit each other up or whatever. I'll send a nice handle. And, you know, and y'all connect and stuff, because hopefully we'll be able to actually meet in person at some point. And you know, y'all can vibe then. And, but Pete, you can go do you. you can go do you. And, I appreciate it. And guys, thanks for watching. Until the next episode of High Tea. Peace.